So in this video, we will look at internationalization of the financial market, which means we're going to look at outside U.S. What happened, or how the U.S. people will be able to deal with the people outside the U.S. So first, we're going to mention about the foreign bonds. So that is sold in the foreign country and denominated in that country's currency. So obviously, Chinese government will issue their bonds, and so some credit investor can purchase those bonds. So those bond is considered as a foreign bonds. And the second kind of bond you can purchase is called Eurobond. So this is a confusing name for many of my students. So they will think Eurobond is only can purchase from Europe. So that is wrong idea. So actually the Eurobond is the bond denominated in the currency other than that of the country in which it is sold. So for instance, if US sell a bond is denominated in let's see in Japanese yen, so that bond is considered as Eurobond. So Eurobond, because it is sold in the United States, but that bond is not denominated in the US currency, but instead it's denominated in Japanese yen. So that is considered as Eurobond. Again, don't get confused by this term. So the Eurobond is not the bond not the bond denoted by the dollars. Instead, it is the bond sold in in a domestic country, in one country, but it's denominated in a currency in another country. And so the third instrument you can find in the global financial market is called Eurocurrency. So that's the foreign currency deposited in the bank outside the home country. So the foreign currency deposited in the bank outside the home country. So for instance, if the Chinese bank owns certain amount of the US dollars, so that currency is considered as Eurocurrencies. Again, the Eurocurrency is not just about Euro dollars, euro. So actually it's the foreign currency deposited in the bank outside the home country. Like I said, US dollar deposit in a Chinese bank. So that currency is considered as Euro currencies. And as I mentioned, the Eurodollars is one of the examples most of you guys will see. So that is Eurodollar deposit in the foreign banks outside the United States or in the foreign branch in the United States, U.S. banks. So JP Morgan Chase Bank have a branch in China. So if the JP Morgan Chase Bank in China has certain amount of the US dollar deposit, so that dollar is considered as Eurodollar. So there's nothing related to euro. So it's just a term. So don't get confused. So the fourth thing I should mention about the global internationalization of the financial market. So that is the international exchange market. So international exchange markets or world stock market. So they help finance corporations in the United States and in U.S. government, federal government. And so, like for instance, in China, we have the stock exchange market. It's called Shanghai Stock Exchange. So here I point out, so Shanghai Stock Exchange, so if by chance you invest some money in Shanghai, in China, on their stock market, you have to pay a little bit of attention on how they report the price. So in China, the red color means the stock price goes down. The green color means the stock price goes up. So they chose totally opposite color compared with the U.S. Stock exchange. Because if you look at the stock price on the NASDAQ, so the red color means the stock price goes up. The green color means the stock price goes down. So there's something very interesting. The reason I point this out is because the international financial market is very, very important, especially the globalization, not just for the goods, the international trade, but also for the international the globalization of the financial market. So if you are investing in different stock market, you have to pay attention to the rule of the different market, and so you cannot assume everywhere the financial market will look exactly the same as the U.S. financial market. So in next video, we're going to look at is the financial intermediaries.